Welcome to the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Football, rankings, debates, dad stuff. With your hosts, Justin Williams and Matt Renshaw.
And welcome everyone to this edition of the Dynasty Dads Podcast. I am your host, Justin, still an undrafted free agent Williams. And with me, as always, my good friend, Matt Renshaw. Matt, how are you today?
Last week you were Mr. Irrelevant.
I was.
So now you're undrafted.
Yep.
You fell in the draft.
My agent told me I should expect 7.32, and just didn't happen. So here I am.
Sad.
Still doing what I do every other day.
You know, there's people that
with you once a week
that were undrafted that are making big bucks now.
Yeah?
Do you know Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So,
well, sad start to this one. How was your week? How was your draft experience? How was your weekend?
I tweeted I think I only missed like 2 picks in the entire draft to tweet out.
Wow.
Instant analysis. We went super deep, and we probably put GIFs on every single tweet. No, it was fun. It was good to watch it. I told my wife, I said, do we have anything going on? She goes, no, why? And I said, because it's 7 o'clock. I want to be like, I've got something going on. How was your play?
The exact opposite. Yeah, mine was the exact opposite of what you got to do. So on Thursday night, my son Carson had a play, which it was fine. It was fun.
Do they call them plays? Is it school show?
I don't know. Programs, I think is what they call it.
That's what I was looking for.
Which it was fine. It was fine. Carly was good, so that was cool. But I missed like the first, I want to say 3, maybe 4 picks.
Oh.
But we got home just in time for the Broncos to pick. So I was thankful for that. So I got to see the Broncos take probably the steal of the draft with Chubb at 5. Yeah. So that was cool. As far as like the rest of it though, it's just like things got in the way. You know, it was just busy with work and Emily's, side projects and the kids being kids and the weekend and just, things happen.
Brittany came downstairs and I was like on my phone. The draft was on and she's like, what are you doing? I said, Britt, I told you, like, I'm locked and loaded. I'm on this. Like, this is. I don't do this very often. Like, this is I need tonight. Psh. Yeah, like we built to that night for a while.
We built this city. We built this city.
So Baker Mayfield 101.
I couldn't believe it. But before we get to that, you got any kid stories? Anything fun happen?
So I went to Atlanta with my wife for a week, and that was fun. No kids. It was great. So then we got back, and Dad found out where Dad ranks on the mom or dad chart. Pretty easy. Girls wanted nothing to do with me when I got back. They only wanted mom.
Can't blame them.
Mom this, mom that. I'm like, I could have just stayed in Atlanta. That'd have been fine.
Where the players play.
That's right. We went to the
they ride on them things like every day.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Anybody that listens in Atlanta, that's a very nice stadium.
Oh, like, yeah. It's gorgeous. It's brand new, too.
Yeah. We were on the field. We watched. I was there for a school thing, so we saw a concert there and Mercedes-Benz. It was very nice. College Football Hall of Fame.
Hey-o.
Was cool. There's just some pretty cool stuff down there, and the people were amazingly nice. We got to the airport. People in the airport were rude. In Omaha and in Atlanta, but
you don't say.
The people in Atlanta it was probably the nicest. I'm thinking we're going on the East Coast. People are probably going to be rude. Nope, just as nice as people in the Midwest.
We went to the zoo for the first time of the year.
Okay, I was going to say for the first time?
For the first time of the year. We had the zoo pass deal.
It's probably Carly's first time with the zoo.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Carly's first time. Not as intrigued as her mom and I kind of thought she would be.
Really?
Yeah, she was like, she's more of a people watcher. She was very happy to like have all the people around so she can kind of watch them and study them. You know, she's at that stage.
Yeah.
But as far as like the animals, she's just like, whatever.
I don't need that.
Cool. You got fur.
You're a fish.
Yeah, neat.
My girls always liked the aquarium.
Yeah, Carson had a good time. He always has a good time. He always ends up being like a sweaty mess by the time we're all done.
Running around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, The zoo is, man. The zoo is. I have mixed feelings.
You've said you hate the zoo.
Have I ever told you I hate? Well,
Yes.
I don't hate the zoo. I hate the circus. Have I ever told you that?
No, I thought you told me you hated the zoo because animals always look so sad and it's terrible what they do. And
Well, no. Okay, hold on. Wait.
all right,
So the zoo bothers me because like I do feel bad for them because they're in their cages or whatever and they can't do anything. It's just like they're just kind of sitting there for people to look at.
it's not a cage, but okay.
But yeah, that's my thing. Is they're probably taken care of. I mean, by far better than they would be in the wild.
They don't have to worry about anything eating them in the zoo.
So you kind of it balances out.
Harambe.
Right. So rest in peace. So it kind of balances out. But then like I hate the circus though because the circus is messed up because then it's not only is it that level of like they're just there for humans to look at, but they're also made to do tricks.
Right.
And like that's the messed up part.
You don't like that?
I hate that part. I hate the part where they're like they have to do tricks. Like those are animals. Man,
Yeah.
they're animals, man.
Elephants.
And then like these snot-nosed brats all cheering and screaming and
I've never taken the girls to the
clowns.
circus. I haven't been to the circus since I was a kid.
Emily made me take the kids to the circus a couple times. I always hate it, and I usually drink heavily before I go and just.
Is it like, do they still have bears? And
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's unbelievable that the circus is still a business. Really, you would think that would have went out of
The Greatest Showman.
Ugh.
Hugh Jackman.
It's a disgusting business.
Yeah.
Said the realtor. So we gotta do some news and notes, man. There's
right.
not a lot, but we gotta do some.
What do we got?
Well, let's see. Des Bryant's still a free agent.
He wasn't going to get cut.
Do you think this is all like? Because the rumor is that Des Bryant just can't get signed. I don't believe that. Do you believe that?
Let me backtrack a little bit. Have you seen the new All or Nothing Amazon with the Dallas Cowboys?
No, I don't watch that stuff.
Oh, well, you need to, because I think it plays a little bit into this. So they show Dez, and Dez, they say he's passionate, and I don't know. People are scared. One of the coaches literally says, Dez, when you talk, people are scared of you because of the tone that you talk about. And I'm going, then
That's
he got cut.
racist.
No. No. So it's like you kind of could tell that there was some tension between the wide receivers coach and Dez and some of the other players. So I don't know. That being out there now, I assume people know. Romo came out and defended
these
Dez.
football coaches and GMs that are around loud, tough guy players don't want to have Des Bryant around because he's just a little too loud.
I guess. And
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm not buying that at all.
I don't know. What I mean, he had a 3-year, $21 million offer from the Ravens, and he turned it down.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
He
saying. I
probably
think
shouldn't
this
have
is
turned it
more.
down.
I think this is more Des Bryant not really wanting to play for any team other than something that's gonna
Like the Giants?
yeah, like he wants to get that revenge factor in, and I
Yeah.
think he's gonna get it.
Wait.
I don't think this is a nobody wants Des Bryant.
Has
thing.
anybody else expressed interest in Dez Bryant besides the Ravens?
that you and I know about? No.
Okay.
But do you really believe that of the 30 other NFL teams besides the Ravens and the Cowboys, nobody's calling his agent?
Let me send a question back your way. Where does he fit?
He is a stud
Great.
wide receiver one.
Where does he fit? That's not I didn't
Anywhere
ask.
that needs a wide receiver one.
Where needs a wide receiver one? I mentioned Green Bay. Green Bay drafted wide receiver.
I don't understand why Miami's not ringing his phone. Miami makes perfect sense. I just don't think he wants to play in Miami.
They just got rid of a diva wide receiver.
Jarvis. So, you are pushing my buttons, sir.
Perfect.
Pushing my buttons. Jarvis Landry is not a diva. He is a saint.
He's making $17 million a year.
Well, speaking of guys that aren't playing right now, how about Jason Witten?
And how it's not official yet.
Apparently retired, and then now there's rumors saying that the Cowboys are like, no, please don't.
Jerry can make a Eskimo by ice.
Okay.
Jerry's a salesman. If anyone can convince Witten not to retire,
I get the reference.
Okay, I didn't know. I mean, you're a realtor. I didn't know if you got the selling reference. But again, I'm going to tie back to this All or Nothing. That kind of made it. Jason Witten gave a speech at the end of the season that really made it seem like everyone knew he was done at the end of the year. He got some ball. He played 256 straight games, and no one's ever done that. He's one of the greatest. Jason, what do you got to say? And then he's like tearing up, and I'm like, it sounds like this is his goodbye speech to the team.
Yeah, I am so okay getting Des Bryant in any way you can. I really
Why
am.
is this going back to Des Bryant? We're talking about Jason Witten.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Des Bryant back. I thought
No.
you jumped it back to Des Bryant. 'cause
You
you're talking
said
about the all or
Witten.
nothing.
I went back
forgot.
to all or nothing.
I
Oh, my
forgot. I'm
goodness.
sorry. I spaced out. I spaced out. I apologize. That's on me. Jason Witten, I don't know why they want him back so bad.
Because who's their tight end too?
Rico
Yeah.
Gathers.
Actually, yeah. He is. They drafted a guy
Cousin
too,
Rico.
but I couldn't tell you who he was.
Yeah. Well, it was some. I seen in some other person's rankings the tight ends like 44 overall that they drafted. I can't remember his name, but I was like, that probably should be moved up. Like that's a guy that's going to move up no matter what happens.
Maybe.
I mean,
But they have Rico.
yeah, but I think almost anybody that can like move is better than Rico Gathers. And that,
Ooh, that's a hot take because Rico's
Not
getting
really.
some love. Last year, the preseason, he blew up.
Rico's getting love because of like what his situation is, but I think
No.
I think the rookie, whoever it is, I think will be just fine.
I don't.
Not startable.
Rookie
but
tight ends take
just fine.
forever to develop.
About 2 to 3 years normal,
Yeah.
unless you're
Sweet.
David Njoku
I thought you were going to say Evan Ingram.
and Evan Ingram. Thank you. And Hunter Henry, his rookie year.
Hunter Henry, yeah, but he didn't do anything last year. This is his third year. It's a good year.
He took a step back.
And you know who else is breaking out this year? Third year tight end?
Who?
Austin Hooper.
Austin Hooper or any rookie tight end that was just drafted. Any rookie tight end
Hooper.
or Austin Hooper.
Easy.
Oh,
Hooper. Easy.
I don't know if everybody agrees. That's a good poll. You might want to put that.
I'll
poll.
put that out right
Any rookie tight end or Austin
Any-
Hooper. And I think,
now. Any 2018 rookie.
yeah,
Yeah.
tight
Hooper.
end.
Hooper. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I think I'll take the Miami kid. Yep.
Who? From Penn State?
Yeah. What's his name? It starts with a G. I'll effort that.
Gasecki?
Gasecki.
You're welcome.
Gasecki it to me, baby.
That's a good name to like make your team name.
Oh yeah, you can do plenty with that one.
Yeah.
You can do plenty. So, for those wondering, today's episode is going to be all draft
Draft recap.
We are actually going to go through all 7 rounds of the NFL draft, and we're only going to talk about the players that are actually fantasy relevant. The quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight ends.
All 7 rounds. It's going to take forever.
Well, we better get to it. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to get started. How's that sound, Matt?
Yep.
Yep. We'll be right back. All right. Matt, I am locked and loaded. I'm ready to do this, man. I've been thinking about this since Saturday when the draft ended. Got my takes ready. Got my
Yeah.
notes here. I don't have notes.
I was like, I bet you
I
don't have notes.
So let's start off. 101. The Cleveland Browns, they took your boy, Baker Mayfield.
My boy.
What do you think of that?
It's not shocking.
No, I didn't think it was shocking either.
I mean,
But still.
he's got the swagger. I talked about that last week.
Swag.
He's short, but whatever. Who cares?
I'm short. I care. I think he has a good chance of actually being relevant year one. What do you say?
I say no.
Really?
I say no.
Cleveland Browns, I mean, it's like the best offense, well, the most weapons that Cleveland's had in a long, long time on the offensive side.
Did you forget they had Tyrod Taylor?
Well, yeah, but, I mean, it's Tyrod Taylor. Come on. It's 101. He's going to play sometime this year. It's going to happen.
Carson Palmer didn't play any year one.
Carson Palmer is like 40 something.
Phillip Rivers didn't play year one.
Phillip Rivers, it was a different NFL.
Eli Manning did play year one. I'm trying to think of other quarterbacks
You're
drafted high.
stretching.
No, I'm not stretching.
Why are you doing this? Baker Mayfield's going to play ball this year. That's fair to say. I'm not saying he's going to start week one.
Wait. Is it because of his talent or because the Browns are like, well, we can't make the playoffs, so let's throw Baker out there?
They might make the playoffs. The offense is set
Anyone
up.
might make the playoffs.
That's
They're
what I'm saying.
still the Browns. They've still won one game.
We are on
in
pick
the last 2
101,
years.
and you're arguing with me about Baker Mayfield not playing this year.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
That would be shocking. 101 not playing a snap. That's
Dude, it's
and it's
happened.
Tyrod Taylor's in front of him. Tyrod Taylor doesn't have like the healthiest health
Healthiest
like history. Like he's been injured before.
Injury history? Yeah, he has been
And behind that
injured before.
Cleveland line, he probably's going to get injured again.
So then, okay.
Baker Mayfield's going to play. He needs to play. There's going to be too many jerseys
Needs to play?
purchased.
Yes, I think he needs to play, but I wouldn't be surprised. This is Hugh Jackson we're talking about. The man is an idiot.
102, New York Giants select Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. here's what I want. I know that we have a listener that is every year says, "Oh, the Dallas Cowboys shouldn't have drafted Zeke at 4. Oh my gosh, Barkley should not have gone 102."
Ooh, that's a hot take.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Well, I mean,
And from a football standpoint, fantasy football, great, whatever.
you know who else thinks that the Giants shouldn't have took Saquon Barkley? Jonathan Stewart's mother. It is exactly who.
Did you hear what what Gettleman said? Jonathan Stewart's been playing 10 years, hasn't lost a step. Apparently, Gettleman hasn't watched Jonathan Stewart play.
Jonathan Stewart has absolutely lost a couple steps.
And if he hasn't,
He lost his shoes.
If you truly think he hasn't lost a step, why are you drafting a running back at 2?
There's a hole in those socks. Yeah, Barkley's definitely going to play. I
He's
do think.
consensus 101.
I feel like this is last year though, because I feel like there's a chance that like Stewart does something this year.
Oh, this again? After McCaffrey burned you and
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he does a little something, but he's not a starter. I'm not saying that, but he might have a week or two where he's a flex play. But it depends on what Barkley looks like early.
Yeah,
early. Actually, it might be Stewart early and then Barkley for the rest of the way.
No, you don't draft a guy at 2.
Oh, here we go.
Without a clear, like Jonathan Stewart's not a clear-cut starter.
Apparently, Tyrod Taylor is.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor was a starter last year. Jonathan Stewart hasn't been a starter for 3 years,
Jonathan Stewart was technically a starter at the early Panthers season.
and he was so good that he got beat out by a 10th overall pick with less talent than
pretty
Barkley.
Yeah, not a good way to end your career. Christian McCaffrey, then Barkley. It just
Yeah,
So 103 was the Jets. They took Sam Darnold.
I like it.
Okay.
I do. I like that pick. I think he'll be. The Jets have needed a quarterback for a while. I don't think it's kind of funny because the last USC quarterback that the Jets drafted is butt fumble. So
Sanchez,
I mean, obviously those comparisons are there, but I like Darnold. I think Darnold will be fine. High floor guy
Darnold or Baker?
on their team where they're at, or if I'm starting a franchise.
If you have to, we're starting a dynasty.
Okay.
This is dynasty football.
Okay, I'm picking.
Who are you taking?
Baker.
Okay. I think everybody would. That's probably a terrible question.
Yeah. That's why he went 101.
Who has the higher ceiling year one? Is it Darnold or Baker?
In my opinion, Darnold, because he's going to start.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see. We're not going to talk about defensive players because the Broncos got the steal of the draft with Bradley Chubb.
No, Josh Allen to the Bills.
Josh Allen to the Bills at 107.
Yeah, I have been on the not Josh Allen train for a while. I'm not going to draft him. I don't know if I would draft him in 2 quarterback or super flex leagues. He's a big guy with a big arm with no wide receivers, no offensive line, and LaShawn McCoy. And no tight end. I mean, you can argue that Kelvin Benjamin is a wide receiver, but
I don't know if you can.
yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I don't know. It could work out, but it's just I don't think he's really dynasty relevant right now.
He's going to get drafted.
Super flex leagues, I see it. I don't really see it in one.
You don't see him getting drafted in one quarterback league?
It depends on how deep your draft is. I mean, if it's a 4 or 5 round, yeah. But if it's a 3 round, I don't think so.
He's a guy that if he gets hot, pick him up off waivers, stash him if you've got a spot. But
I mean, are you going to tell me that Josh Allen's like for sure going to beat out Andy Dalton this year? You know what I mean? Like I could see both of them having similar production, which is good.
Because I was going to ask you, I'm like, I have Andy Dalton on the team. If Allen starts hot, I may drop.
That's
Dalton
what I would
to
do.
Pick up Allen.
But I wouldn't be dropping
Jimmy G.
Well, no, I wouldn't be dropping Dalton now to make room for Josh Allen.
No, right.
So, okay, moving
AJ
on.
McCarron's still there, yo.
We're at pick 110. Arizona Cardinals take Josh Rosen. You have to like this pick as much as I do.
I like the pick a lot.
Yeah.
And I like the pick later that the Cardinals make too, but we'll get to that, I'm sure, in the future.
The Cards have Sam Bradford, right?
Yep. Who tore his ACL when he heard about the pick.
Celebrating. Oh, go Card. Oh, no. Yeah, I see Josh Rosen absolutely playing year one. I think that's a great spot for him.
But they also signed Mike Glennon. So he's there too.
That supports my theory. I think Josh Rosen could end up being the best quarterback in this draft.
I agree.
There's absolutely the potential there, especially in Arizona. He's going to be playing indoors for half of his season.
Yep.
He's surrounded by some young talent.
David Johnson.
That's really about it.
Bryce Butler.
He has Larry Fitzgerald to learn from, at least in year one.
Right. And if Larry decides to play another year,
yikes.
We'll get to the other weapons that they added here later on in the draft.
Let's see. The next offensive play, it's a whole line of defense and offensive lineman map. But
Can we talk about the Cowboys' waste of a first-round pick?
No.
Okay, good.
No, this isn't a dynasty pick.
Just
dynasty draft. Or a defense
It is
draft.
a dynasty.
DJ Moore, 24, 1.24 to the Carolina Panthers, wide receiver out of Maryland. This was a guy that was high on a lot of people's lists.
One of those lists was mine.
I'm kind of surprised he was the first wide receiver taken.
I am as well.
So DJ Moore, what do you think?
I don't like the landing spot. I really don't. Like, I would like him anywhere else. DJ Moore goes to Atlanta, where they took Ridley. Love it. DJ Moore goes to, I don't know who else drafted receivers. Well, Green Bay drafted a ton. I would love it. DJ Moore in Carolina, I don't know.
Cam Newton has only had one season where he had a wide receiver that ranked top 10.
Yep, and it was Steve Smith.
Yep. Which, I mean, just kind of goes to show you. And it's not, I don't know if it's really from a lack of trying. I mean, they could have tried harder.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, DJ Moore could change that.
Is DJ Moore the wide receiver 1 in Carolina? Does he bump Funchess from 1 to 2?
I don't think, not early at least. I mean, Funchess is going to be wide receiver 1, but I just don't think Funchess is a wide receiver 1 on most teams.
Steve Smith had some pretty high praise for DJ Moore.
Wow, that says a lot.
Said Carolina hasn't had a wide receiver 1 since I left, but now they do.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think that guy knows what he's talking about.
The next pick in the draft was the 25th pick overall, and that was Hayden Hurst for the Baltimore Ravens. And this is where things get a little funny, because the Ravens would turn around and they'd also pick another tight end later.
Yeah.
So Hayden Hurst, do you see anything this year?
I'm avoiding him like the plague.
It's too muddy right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when they took another tight end, I think in the third, it was just like, ew, what the heck?
Yeah.
Things were looking so good for Hayden.
Yeah, I don't like it. I didn't really like Hayden Hurst coming out.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird pick.
If you're looking at the glass half full, tight ends in Baltimore tend to put up some numbers.
Sure.
But whichever one is actually going to put up numbers is the question, since they have 2.
Well, I think the theory is that the other guy is actually a better pass catcher than Hayden Hurst is. But, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think that's the one that you got to wait for preseason and training camp to come around and let's kind of get a better feel for it.
Yeah.
But right now, they're just not before the third round.
Mm-mm.
No way.
No.
Next up was 26th pick. Falcons took Calvin Ridley.
I like the landing spot for Ridley. You get 2 Alabama guys together. The focus will be on Julio and Hooper and Freeman. So it'll open up stuff for him. Even Sanu. I mean, if they put Ridley in the slot, who's gonna cover him? Linebackers? No.
Calvin Ridley jumped to wide receiver 1
For you?
for me.
Wow.
Absolutely. I think this is such a great landing spot. He's in a solid offense, solid quarterback, playing indoors, and he's learning from one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. And this just screams Roddy White to Julio Jones, doesn't it? Calvin Ridley. And now it's going to be Julio Jones to Calvin Ridley.
I don't think
He's going to learn from him for a couple of years, and then
I don't think Roddy White was
sayonara.
the same level as Julio Jones, but I understand what you're saying.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
It happens. I don't know. I love this pick for Calvin Ridley. I think this is a great landing spot, one of the best landing spots in the draft for a player that had a first-round grade, and I think he's going to do just fine.
Yeah. So he's your wide receiver 1.
Absolutely.
Well, we haven't got through all the running backs yet, but I was going to say, where does he rank on your overall top 10?
I just did my rankings today, and I'm not really sure.
7?
where I landed him.
8?
Give me a second. How about you go ahead and talk about the next guy? We have Rashad Penny.
Rashad Penny.
Pick 27 overall.
Who the Seahawks were going to pick at 19 before they traded back. And with as many holes as the Seahawks have, that was shocking. But it sounds like the Seahawks really like him. He's going to be their bell cow back. They say he can be a 3-down guy. I've seen him jump as high as RB2 on some boards since he was the second one drafted, and he's going to see opportunities in Seattle.
So back to my rankings, which are available on dynastydads.com under rankings and the rookie ranks. I actually have Calvin Ridley at 107, and that's behind literally 6 running backs.
Oh, he's your wide receiver 1.
Mm-hmm.
You have him ahead of Rashad Penny.
I have him ahead of Rashad Penny, yes,
Wow.
absolutely. I think Rashad Penny is fool's gold.
I think you have a running back on there that's fool's gold, but when we get to him, I'll tell you who it is.
Okay. Yeah, since we're talking about Penny, I think Penny is absolutely fool's gold. I don't think anybody else would have took Penny in the first round. I think it was absolutely crazy what they did. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. There are 6 other running backs I'll take ahead of him, and the only reason I'd even consider him at the 7th running back spot is just because of his landing spot. And he doesn't have much for competition.
I think Penny's my 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I seen somewhere where he went 2.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And it's like, no, thank you.
No, I know. My 2 is locked and loaded. Who my 2 is?
So 1.31 was the New England Patriots, and they took Sony Michel.
Sony Michel.
Which is just an intriguing spot.
Let's muddle that backfield some more, New England.
I love it.
Yeah, of
love it. I like Sony there. I really do.
So we had a draft start on Monday. 2 quarterback. I had the 101 and 201. 101, obviously, I took Barkley. I got Sony at 201.
Well, that's stupid. You're playing with idiots.
I
don't know why you'd even tell people that, because that's a terrible draft.
5 quarterbacks. Or no, I'm sorry. All the big 4 got drafted before Sony.
Nope.
I agree.
That won't happen.
I know. Superflex, maybe, but I don't
maybe
think so.
Superflex.
But
Sony Michel,
it's a 2 quarterback league, so.
Sony Michel in the Patriots organization just seems like a great fit.
Cool.
He can catch passes. He can run between the tackles.
Deion Lewis 2.0.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's a better version of Deion Lewis.
Yep, younger, cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's going to work. And that's a guy that I have ranked at 3rd overall, and I don't think I'm crazy.
3rd?
3rd overall.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Next up for the Baltimore Ravens, they took your boy Lamar Jackson.
Lamar got him they got that 5th-year option on him.
Lamar
I like it.
Jackson.
I like it. I think that offense is going to change when Joe Flacco leaves next year.
Yep, that's going to be next year, almost a guarantee.
Yep. So I like it a lot. I like Lamar. I think he's a boom or bust, but I think he'll boom.
Yeah, I mean Lamar Jackson, and his offensive coordinator in Baltimore is going to be Marty Mornwig,
who also was the offensive coordinator for Vic.
There you go.
Yep.
So for all those guys that wanted to make those comparisons for Jackson to Vic, here's your chance.
Be.
Because now we're going to see if that's true at all.
Yep. Yep.
We're going to go to the second round. 203 was the Cleveland Browns with Nick Chubb.
This is my RB3.
Okay.
This is my
so
RB3.
Is that saying that you don't really believe in Carlos Hyde?
I hate saying this because it's the Browns, and the Browns have burnt me with running backs in the past. Nick Chubb he'll play this year, and he'll see a very, very large increase in workload next year when they can cut Hyde and Duke Johnson's a free agent. So this is, for me, is a long-term play, but he's got the potential to be a 3-down back bruiser. I mean, I like him.
Yeah, I don't hate anybody that wants to take Chubb in the top 5. He's 5th overall in my pick.
Okay.
In my draft, my ranks, I mean. And I really get it because I see what you're saying. It could be a long-term thing, which the Browns usually don't do.
No.
But all it's going to take is one injury to either Duke Johnson or to Carlos Hyde, and he is right there getting plenty of playtime. And I think he gets playtime regardless.
I do too.
So,
it might be messy for a year, but I think the payoff is.
Yeah, you might not get the return on an investment.
If you've got the 3rd pick and you are a win now team, you don't take Nick Chubb. Like, you want to win now, take a guy that's going to contribute right away. But if you've got 103 because you're a bad team, take Chubb, just take another year, and then he'll be a stud for you the following year.
Okay.
You don't agree?
I think the opposite. I think if you are a team that doesn't really need it and you have 103 and no one wants to move down with you or wants to let you move down, I think you take Nick Chubb and just think of it as a luxury pick. You'll be able to trade him later or possibly use him.
I like him.
Next up, 206, the Bucks took Ronald Jones.
This was your sleeper guy.
This guy,
I don't know if you'd call it a sleeper, but
I loved the spot, and I jumped him all the way up to 102.
Yep.
This is my second best player on my board now.
I know.
I love Ronald Jones in Tampa Bay.
I'm in a league with you where you have 102.
And there's nothing. And I mean, I think you can kind of mix it up between 2, 3, 4, and 5 with your running backs. I really do. And I think there's an argument to be made. For me, it's Ronald Jones because not only is he talented and there was hype coming in, he's shown he can do it on a collegiate level. There's nobody in Tampa Bay's backfield that scares me.
No, but what's the argument against Penny then? Because there's nobody in Seattle that.
There hasn't been a running back that can do anything in Seattle for a while. Where at least, I mean, Peyton Barber looked decent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of where I'm coming from there. And I think I like Tampa Bay's offense better than Seattle's. Outside of the quarterback, I don't think they really have an upgrade on anybody that Tampa Bay has.
No.
Tight end? No. Wide receiver? No.
Baldwin's good,
no.
but he's not better than Evans.
Nope.
I'd call him better than Vincent Jackson, but yeah.
So Ronald Jones, where are you at on him?
I like Rojo. Rojo's probably 5, 6 for me. Let me see. Barkley. A guy we haven't talked about, Chubb, Sony Michel. Yeah, Rojo's 5'6". 5'6", yeah.
Next up, the Broncos took on the 8th overall pick of the second round. They took Cortland Sutton.
Demaryius Thomas 2.0.
Man, it's so weird to get a guy that has comparisons to a guy that's actually in the NFL, and then he goes to that team.
Right, already on that team. He was getting DT and Dez comparisons, and there was talk that Dallas was going to take him, and Broncos took him.
As a Bronco fan, I loved it.
I'm sure. You have to be happy with your first 2 picks.
Oh, absolutely. I think Denver absolutely killed the draft, and I know there's experts out there that say they did too, and it doesn't mean anything now. But I think they had a great draft. As far as like rankings go and where I would take Cortland Sutton, I don't know if you can really take him before the end of the first or the top of the second.
Yeah,
and it's just because of I think he's better than.
What do you got him as? Like your wide receiver 5?
I have him as wide receiver. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, wide receiver 5.
Wow.
I have, and that might
you
mix.
have guys that were drafted after him before him.
Anthony. Well, landing spot doesn't. I mean, draft order doesn't always matter. So, Anthony Miller, Michael Gallup, and Cortland Sutton and Christian Kirk are all kind of mixed in for me, and those are all gonna jumble.
Yeah,
they're really all gonna move around.
Yeah, preference. So, take your guy.
Pretty much.
This draft is loaded with like tiers where it's like, just take your guy. Take the guy you like because they're all about the same value.
You know, one thing that I was kind of reflecting today on the draft, and one thing I think happened when I was finishing my rankings, I think the wide receivers landed in so many great spots,
and the running backs didn't.
Yep. And we shifted to where everybody was so high on this running back class. It shifted to where now we're back kind of even Steven here.
No, you just said your first 6 picks are running backs.
I know, but it might have been even worse. It really might have been. And I'm not the say all end all. There's other experts out there that don't agree with that.
I like the running back class still more than the wide receiver class.
Well, I seen one where Moore went 102.
Well, that's wrong.
To me and you, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's gonna be cool to see. I've been in one dynasty league where we usually wait a month after the draft, and I'm in a dynasty league now where we started Monday, like 2 days after the draft. So
yeah, that's too quick for me.
It'll be cool to see kind of how it plays out and where values change and the long play for that. It's your boy.
Yeah, 210 was the Dolphins pick. They took Mike Gesicki, tight end out of Penn State.
Super athlete. Probably not really a blocking tight end, receiving tight end, Evan Ingram-ish.
Yeah, give me Gesicki over Hooper. Easy.
Adam Gase has had some success with tight ends before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it working out. I mean, like you said, it takes a couple years for tight ends to, kind of develop and to work out. But I don't know. There's not a lot of competition over there. I kind of like it.
Our poll update.
Sure.
75 votes, 63% would take any rookie tight end over Austin Hooper.
Wow, I told you.
Wow. Somebody wanted Hurst.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't either. And somebody said, I like these tight ends before the draft. Somebody would have taken Hurst, but then they drafted another tight end. Somebody's really high on Gesicki, and it's not you. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So at 211, the Detroit Lions took Caron. Is it Caron? It's Caron Johnson, running back out of Auburn. They moved up, actually, a couple times to get to him. So this is going to be interesting. Johnson.
I think he goes into a timeshare in Detroit. And he's not a top running back for me.
He was a guy that a lot of scouts said that he's good at a lot of things, just not great at any of them, which is I don't really know how to take it.
Yeah.
So next up at 212, Dante Pettis, 49ers.
They traded up to get him too.
Yes, they did. Yeah, with Washington.
I don't get it. I mean, he's a maybe. They've got Marquise Goodwin and Garcon ahead of him, and Trent Taylor. So I didn't get the pick. I didn't understand why they traded up. I don't know who he takes, whose spot he takes. But I like Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, I mean, I think they took him just because he must be a good fit for him, or at least they think he's going to be a good fit. I don't know how much fancy value he's going to have year one, but I mean, I would say he's definitely a wide receiver or a second round pick.
Yeah.
So let's see. After that, Matt, we have Christian Kirk, Cardinals.
I like this pick a lot.
Oh my God.
You get Rosen and Kirk; they can grow together.
Rosen to Kirk.
Kirk's going to learn from
Kirk.
Larry Fitz. I love it.
Rosen to Kirk. It's going to be pretty crazy. That might end up being like our next level, quarterback wide receiver duo.
Yeah.
I could see that happening. Christian Kirk's a very talented wide receiver. He showed he can absolutely ball in Texas A&M.
Right.
And now he's in the Cardinals. I mean, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
A lot.
217 was the Eagles. They took Dallas Goedert.
Right in front of Dallas.
Right, yeah, they moved up to get to him too. Right in front of Dallas, which is something I always love.
He was named Dallas because of the Dallas Cowboys. Like that's like sticking it to the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's a pretty good move.
He's a tight end. It'll take a while to develop. He's a tight end 2 on a team. I got into an argument with someone on Twitter that said, well, they can cut Ertz after the season and they don't have any dead money in Ertz. I'm like, why? They're not going to cut Ertz.
No.
Like, give me a break.
No, but Philly wants to kind of run these 2 tight end sets,
Yes,
and
they
I
do.
think Dallas Goedert is going to have some serious value
Really?
eventually.
Eventually. Yeah, not this year.
No, I don't really see it a lot this year, but I mean, year 2, that's going to be a guy that's on everybody's sleeper in 2019.
Maybe.
Everybody's.
Not on mine.
Anthony Miller, 219, Chicago Bears.
This is your boy.
Tell me, how much do you love this pick?
You like it a lot.
I like Anthony Miller a lot. I don't like the landing space. Space much. Yeah.
Really? You don't like him with Matt Nagy and the offensive mind genius that he is?
I like that, but then they also have Allen Robinson and
Gabriel.
Yeah, Taylor Gabriel. I like Taylor Gabriel a lot. I think
do
Taylor
too.
Gabriel is like under the radar.
I do too.
Kevin White.
Who they just decided not to
sorry.
pick up his 5th-year option.
My apologies. Anthony Miller is a freak athlete, though. Like, I think Anthony Miller, it could end up being, it wouldn't surprise me if Anthony Miller's spot ends up being, 112, high second,
205.
and ends up being like a wide receiver 1. I really don't. I really don't think that shocked me.
Wow.
Dude's a freak.
This
He's in
year
the right,
or like long term?
at like 2019, people are drafting him as a wide receiver 1.
Wow. No.
Dude, have you seen him play?
Yes, I've
He
seen the
is
highlights.
crazy good. Crazy good.
I've seen the highlights.
Athletic freak. I love it a lot. I hate the spot, but
You know the last athletic freak that
cream
landed in a
rises
good
to the
spot?
top.
Arlon Mack. He didn't do a whole lot, did he?
Yet.
No, who
Okay,
else
Matt.
landed in a spot?
Matt, I
Corey
know you're-
Davis, who is still getting overdrafted.
Matt, I know you've been waiting for this one, so let's just get to it.
This is my
227. Washington Redskins take your boy
Darius Geis.
Darius Geis. Geis is nice.
102. Easy. Not. There are people out there that are like, oh, they don't know. He fell in the draft. Washington was going to take him with their 1st-round pick. They got him with their 2nd-round pick. He's the 7th running back taken. You know who the 7th running back taken last year was?
Who?
Alvin Kamara. Like,
So Darius Geis is Alvin Kamara.
no, but people put too much stock into draft capital and, oh, well, he fell in the draft. We probably shouldn't draft him. No, draft him. He's your 102. Like, don't overthink this. This is so freaking easy.
The draft capital isn't what scares me the most. It scares me, but it doesn't scare me the most because I think those people know more than we do about players and how they're going to develop
He
and
didn't
what
go
they look
anywhere
like.
where there's running back. Like, he's obviously more talented than Fat Rob Kelly.
Is he?
Yeah.
Maybe.
P. Ryan.
Is he?
Yeah. Chris Thompson's the
Maybe.
only one I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Chris Thompson's your 3rd down back. Whatever. You get
That's
a
my
first
thing.
down, 2nd down bruiser.
You just named 3 guys
Yeah.
who they
Geis
haven't.
is better than.
Maybe. We don't know that yet.
We do. I do.
I don't know, Matt. I would be worried. The draft spot scares me. I mean, not the draft spot. The landing spot scares me. I think there's a lot of talent in that backfield. I think it's obvious one of those guys, and it's probably Rob Kelly gets cut.
Fat Rob. They were talking to try and trade him last offseason.
Yeah,
Or
which
last
is sad.
season.
I think it's pretty obvious. Rob Kelly's probably going to go. You can't let Chris Thompson walk, and P. Ryan showed a little bit last year.
There's a reason that they said they were going to draft a running back early. The Redskins did.
Yeah.
102. Easy.
He didn't plummet
easy.
on my rank. He's 104 for me. He didn't plummet. Just saying. It worries me a little bit. Now, a guy that I absolutely hate the landing spot is James Washington.
Yeah, oh, really?
2.28.
You hate
Pittsburgh Steelers?
Why do you hate that?
Juju, Antonio Brown.
Right.
Where's he going to fit?
He's going to fill that Martavius Bryant 3rd wide receiver role. Like, they traded.
Okay.
You don't like that?
Is that good? I mean, are we really concerned about that being that good? Because James Washington before the draft was kind of ranked top 12 for people, and now for me at least, he dropped in the 2nd round.
He was always a 2nd-round guy for me. But I like the landing spot a lot. They opened a spot and playing time for him.
Well, maybe not specifically for him, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
He's 3rd on their wide receiver ranking list. He's a burner. He'll run fly routes. He'll fill that Martavius Bryant, and he hasn't been suspended. He hasn't had any issues. I like Washington.
All right. Last offensive player of the second round would be DJ Shark.
Avoiding him.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Stay away.
A lot of people
Please
are saying
don't
that.
draft him.
But is it, I'm a gambler.
Yeah. You like Jacksonville wide receivers for whatever reason.
I think it kind of hurts everybody, to be honest with you, including Shark, that landing spot. But one of the things that you need to know whenever if you're somebody who likes to gamble on sports, is that when everybody, the public, is saying one thing about some team, like they're gonna lose or they're gonna win or whatever,
like the Browns are gonna win, so you should not.
It's usually a good idea to go the other way.
Yeah.
And when everybody's saying Shark is this, Shark is that, Shark is not going to be this, he's not going to be that, it makes me hesitant to just get on that train and avoid him by all costs. There's value to be had here. Shark could be a second round. He is a second round guy in almost every rankings. I mean, he might even fall even more considering how the offseason goes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
What's he, their wide receiver 5?
I think they're all like wide receiver 5.
Well, you know what I mean.
Like it's one big tie for wide receiver 5. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have.
It's a weird team.
Yeah.
But when you draft a guy, end of the second round,
Keelan Cole, they've got young wide receivers. Dede Westbrook.
I don't know, man.
Dante Moncrief. Yeah, I'm not high on Dante Moncrief, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Third round, 3.07. Royce Freeman, running back out of Oregon to Denver.
Yeah, you like this pick.
I'm not alone. A lot of people like this pick.
Royce Freeman is like not a super talented guy. He fell into a very good landing spot.
I mean, when your top competition is Devontae Booker, yeah, I'd say so too.
Yeah, it's landing spot for him. It's not talent for him. I mean, if Pirine or not, Pirine. Why am I saying Pirine? If Geis would have landed in Denver.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It'd be a whole different story.
Right.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that.
So,
but
I'm not.
Royce Freeman, for me, is 6th overall. And I think I'm probably going to flip him. I'm probably going to flip him with Calvin Ridley.
I was ahead of Ridley, ahead of Penny.
Definitely ahead of Penny.
Ahead of DJ Moore. Ahead of Anthony Miller.
Definitely ahead of DJ Moore and Miller for me. Like, those aren't close.
Isn't that not homerism?
Royce, no, come on.
I'm asking. I'm just asking.
Otherwise, Cortland Sutton would be my wide receiver 1. Cortland Sutton's my wide receiver 5.
That's okay.
It's not that.
Okay.
It's just what I think how I think they're all gonna shake out. And I think that Calvin Ridley probably should be ranked ahead of Freeman.
Yeah.
And possibly Chubb. I'm kind of talking myself into it.
Freeman ahead of Chubb?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about it.
No, you're not.
I really love that spot. Like I said, of all the landing spots in the draft, I think Calvin Ridley did the best.
No.
I love him in Atlanta. What a perfect spot.
Oh, are you talking about moving Ridley up?
Yeah, I'm talking about moving Ridley. Not
I
Royce.
thought you were talking about Royce. I'm like, no,
I'm thinking
way.
about jumping Ridley up a couple spots.
Gotcha.
Like to top 5 status.
Okay.
Which I know I shouldn't do, but I'm not thinking about it.
Sorry, we're not talking about Ridley, though. We're talking about
I'm sorry.
Freeman.
I'm sorry. So, Royce Freeman, we both agree Devontae Booker's not that good.
Right.
What do you think of Freeman then? I mean, what's his ceiling for you in Denver year 1?
RB3.
On like a dynasty roster, RB3 is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a ceiling? You don't see him breaking out maybe an RB2 status?
Maybe like
top
low
24?
RB2. Maybe like 23. Yeah,
that might be. I think we might have a bet going on then. We might, because I think he's just going to get the opportunities.
Maybe, but there's a reason that they cut C.J. Anderson. Like they weren't going, we're going to get Royce Freeman. Yeah, like I'm assuming Royce Freeman was not their RB1. I feel like they really like Booker. I don't agree that Booker's talented, but Denver coaches seem to be high on him. They're not a run-first offense. They're going to pass the ball. They have 7 wide receivers there.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Freeman there.
Okay.
I don't know I don't think he's ever going to be a running back 1 in dynasty leagues.
No.
Like I don't think that's going to happen, but I do like him there. No. Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
312 Steelers.
Yeah.
Successor?
No.
I don't think so either.
No, I think he's a guy that they drafted hoping that they can get someone to pay a second like someone did for Jimmy G.
I mean, anybody's better than Landry Jones. Landry Jones is god-awful.
That's true.
Landry Jones should not be on a roster. And if it wasn't for him knowing everything about the Steelers playbook, he wouldn't be.
Yeah, I couldn't. Oh, I was going to say, I can't name Dallas as backup, but it's Cooper Rush. I'm like, I wouldn't want Landry on Dallas.
Yikes. Michael Gallup, speaking of Dallas.
Yes.
Third round, 17th overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
In the third round, I guess I should say. Colorado State wide receiver.
Yeah.
What do you think? You
I
happy about that?
Okay, from a football perspective, yes,
Sure.
I'm happy about that. From a dynasty fantasy football perspective, he's my 6, 7, 8 wide receiver. Like, he's not high on my list. And I know everyone's like, oh, he's going to jump in and be a wide receiver 1. Maybe, but that's not a pass first team. That's a run first team.
Dude, he's in my first round.
Oh, my God. No.
111, yeah.
No.
Yep. And he might drop down to 112, but yeah, absolutely.
No.
Great landing spot. Fairly talented.
I will give you, he's talented, but he's going somewhere. And you're right, the depth chart in Dallas is wide open for him and the guys around him, but they're not going to pass that much.
They might not need to.
You're
For
right.
him to
They're
justify being the end of the first round pick in rookie drafts.
I'm not that big, and I'm a Cowboys fan. Like, I'm not that high on him.
So, okay, well, let's do this then.
Okay, here we go.
Anthony Miller or Michael Gallup?
Miller,
Sutton or Gallup?
Sutton,
Kirk or Gallup?
Kirk,
You're making me dig. James Washington for Gallup.
Gallup,
Okay. Antonio Callaway?
Gallup. Callaway went to a crowded
Cleveland.
room too.
Yeah, absolutely. Deion Kane? Gallup.
Gallup.
Okay. So you're lower on him than I am.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not putting him below James Washington or anybody like that, but he's not a first round guy for me, no.
Okay.
Which is
on.
terrible. I'm giving away all my leagues like, hey, if I have a pick.
This isn't what you're gonna do. This is how you think they rank. That's
Right.
what I tell myself at least. Because it's like if I'm sitting there at the 108 and I need a wide receiver, I'm not promising you anything about who I'm gonna pick. If DJ Moore's sitting there, Miller's sitting there, Gallup and Sutton or Kurt, I really have no clue which one of those guys I would pick. That's why they're so close in my rankings. I really don't know what I would do. And at 102. I have no clue if I would actually pull the trigger on Ronald Jones. I like Michelle a lot, and I really, really do like Geis. I just hate what happened to him.
You should trade me the pick.
At third round, 22 pick, we have Mark Andrews going to the Baltimore Ravens. Kind of unprecedented to see 2 tight ends go in the first 3 rounds to the same team.
Yeah. And 2 top tight ends to the same team.
Mark Andrews has been a guy that's, I mean, the MO on him is that he can't really block,
Right.
but he's a decent pass catcher.
Right.
So it makes me kind of worried. I'm seeing everybody rank Mark Andrews ahead of Hurst, but I don't really know if that's something I would do.
Flip a coin.
I feel like you rank them right next to each other
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
We're going to find out more about that situation in a couple months, though. Traquan Smith, New Orleans Saints, 27th pick in the 3rd round.
This was a previous guest's sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Traquan
goes to
Smith.
the Saints.
Which is a great offense, but there's some wide receiver talent there.
Yeah, there's people ahead of him there. So
that's a guy where you draft him and you just kind of hold on to him for a year and see what happens.
He's a Ted Ginn successor.
I've seen that. I don't really like that comparison much.
I don't think they're the same guy, but
Ted
when
Ginn's,
Ginn retires, which is probably coming in the next 2-3 years,
he still has it, but yeah.
Smith just pops up the depth chart. I mean,
yeah, I just hate banking on that because it's like next year you're gonna fall in love with somebody else.
right.
You know what I mean?
They'll draft a wide receiver and then
Yeah, so that's a different one. Last offensive player, skill player is going to be Jordan Atkins, Houston Texans,
tight end,
34th pick overall. It's a Oh my god!
Compensatory.
Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
He's out of Central Florida, tight end. Nobody else in Houston at that position.
Yeah, I like him better than Hurst and Andrews.
I completely agree. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
That's a sneaker pick.
Yeah,
They
need somebody. Maybe Des Bryant will go there and play tight end.
Matt, do you want a break or do you want to just keep rolling?
Let's take a break.
Oh, you chicken
I'm
shit.
sorry.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with picks, the rounds
4 through
5,
7.
6, and 7. Oh, my God. All right, Matt. Time to put your big boy shoes on. We're almost done.
We're getting deep.
We got
Getting deep in here.
Okay, you need to stop. That's enough. 4-1 is Carolina Panthers. They took Ian Thomas, tight end out of Indiana.
Yep.
Thoughts, concerns, questions?
Decent pick. There's talk that Greg Olsen could leave for the Booth next year, but then he signed a 3-year deal. So Ian Thomas could be taking over for Olsen. I don't know a whole lot about his gameplay. It's not like I was a super duper scouting him, but
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I'm just not interested. It's just not a spot that I really want. And with tight ends, was that you?
No, that was Ian Thompson falling down the depth chart in Carolina. Oh, sorry, Thomas, not Thompson. See, I don't even know the guy's name.
Gross. Okay, moving on. Let's see. 4-1 for the Houston Texans was Kiki Cootie, Texas Tech wide receiver.
That's a cool name.
Kind of a slot guy, and I just don't really know if that offense is made to support somebody like that fantasy-wise.
They got Will Fuller and
that DeAndre Hopkins guy.
I don't know
that character.
Yeah. He's okay.
Cootie is kind of a sleeper pick for a lot of people right now, and that's really all. That's really all you can draft him as.
Yeah, 4th round wide receiver.
Yeah, 3rd. Well, in rookie drafts, yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Nam Hines,
running back,
North Carolina State running back for the Colts.
One of 2 running backs that the Colts drafted. So
Absolutely.
I don't know if that tells you how much faith they have in Marlon Mack, but
yeah, I think Hines is going to have some sleeper potential here. Round 2, round 3 kind of guy in rookie drafts. I think he's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Antonio Callaway, wide receiver out of Florida, went to the Cleveland Browns, and boy, kind of a terrible landing spot. Wouldn't you say?
I liked Callaway before. I didn't know if he would get drafted. Talent alone, he needed it, or he was talented, but he's going to the Browns and he's going to learn from Josh Gordon. So I don't know if that's any good. I don't know if that's good for his career. He's going to a crowded Cleveland Browns wide receiver core, which is weird to say, but I like him. I like talent.
The best he can hope for is wide receiver 3 on that team.
Yeah, and he's not. Corey Coleman.
I think he's better than Coleman.
Yeah, but is he going to stay clean?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know.
I like him. I like him as a stash. I'm never going to start him this year.
Stash only. Next up, we have Chris Herndon, tight end out of Miami, went to the Jets. Any thoughts?
Nope.
Okay, same here. Kyle Loletta, Richmond quarterback, went to the Giants.
Did you see the Twitter? There's a Kyle Loletta fax and a Davis Webb fax, or Davis Webb's truthers and Kyle Loletta truthers Twitter going back and forth. It's funny.
No, but that sounds funny.
Yeah.
I think he's I don't know. I think Davis Webb is better, but that's just me. And that's not saying much.
Yeah, no. It's not. I mean, it's not a battle that I'm following because I don't think either one of them are the long-term answer for the Giants.
I agree with that. Mark Walton, he went to the Bengals.
Yeah,
Miami running back.
Jeremy Hill replacement.
I think he's the. I don't see Jeremy Hill. I see Gio Bernard in him.
Whatever. I mean, Jeremy Hill left, and then they drafted this guy. That's what I meant. Not like
he's gonna need injuries to actually get some playing time.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good stash. If you want to stash a running back, there's a guy to get.
Mark Walton.
Mm-hmm. Deshaun Hamilton, Penn State wide receiver, went to the Broncos.
Yep, he's fast.
He is fast.
He's fast.
There's people saying that he's going to be the guy that kind of takes over that Emmanuel Sanders role.
Yeah, they drafted DT and Emmanuel Sanders, younger versions.
I'm not sure if I'm buying into that, but
you don't think that? That's what I see.
Yeah.
120 or 420. Will
Dissly. Yeah, tight end out of Washington.
Yeah. They need a tight end. Seattle does, but a rookie tight end. Don't care. Durham Smythe.
Dolphins tight end. Interested at all?
Nope, don't care.
Same here. I feel like we're going to say that a few times. Is it Ito Smith?
Ito Smith,
Falcons. Southern Miss running back.
Yeah, I mean, Coleman is not long for Atlanta. I think this is his last year there. He could maybe develop into a RB2, but Freeman's the man to own in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, I just don't see anything happening there. Maybe eventually, but no.
Yep.
Kalen Ballage.
I like this one.
Arizona State running back, went to the Dolphins the end of the 4th round.
I like this
people
one.
compare him to Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
Which I think that's just interesting.
Well, because Frank Gore's there. And he's not going to be there long. 1-year deal. Ballage is going to,
Yeah. I don't know. I like that one. I think that's a guy you could stash easy.
Yeah.
Jaleel Scott went to the Ravens, wide receiver out of New Mexico State.
Cool. Does he get pass interference calls? Because that's what all Baltimore needs guys to do.
Jamon Moore. Let's talk about the Green Bay Packers and their wide receiver draft strategy, shall we?
Yeah. I don't care about this guy.
3 wide receivers taken.
Yep.
If any of them are going to have any value this year, it's definitely Jamon Moore. But
What?
It's going to be Jamon Moore. It's gonna be Jamon Moore. He got drafted first.
That doesn't mean anything. I hate that argument.
When teams draft 3 guys, it means they're not sure on any of them.
No.
I'll tell you that much.
Dart throw.
Next up is Chase Edmonds, Cardinals.
Yep.
Running back.
Hey, who's DJ's backup?
I don't know, Matt. Might be Chase Edmonds.
Yeah, it might be.
It might be. And last for the 4th round, it's Dalton Schultz, tight end, Cowboys.
Yeah,
that's the guy we're looking for right there.
Yeah,
Dalton Schultz has some sleeper value.
He was so good we didn't know his name.
Dalton Schultz might be, if you're in a 4-round draft, I could see you taking him. He got
drafted. I'm in a league the 5 rounds. He got drafted in the 5 rounds, but it's a tight end premium league.
Wow.
Yeah,
definitely then.
Yeah.
5th round, Justin Watson, wide receiver out of Pennsylvania, went to the Bucks.
Who cares?
Okay. Great analysis. Coming
I
don't have any.
He got drafted in the same round as a punter.
Denver Broncos, 19th pick in this round, took tight end Troy Fumagalli.
That pick got traded a lot.
It did.
Seattle, Philly, Seattle, Denver.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that might be a name to watch, but since it's a tight end, it probably won't pan out.
Jake Butt.
I don't believe in
Jake.
End. I'm not sure if they believe in Jake Butt. Otherwise, they wouldn't have drafted a tight end.
What has he done to not get?
What has he done? You could have ended your sentence right there. What has he done? What has he done?
They drafted.
Exactly.
Stop. Let me finish. They drafted him after he tore his ACL. They knew he wasn't going to play. He's going to be the tight end 1 in Denver.
Possibly.
No.
Possibly.
Factually.
I'm a Michigan guy. You know I want Jake Butt to succeed.
Factually.
Tyler Conklin, sorry.
Yep.
Vikings tight end.
Cool.
Yeah. There's so many tight ends. It's just like you can't really.
Yeah. And none of them are going to pan out.
The Colts took Darius Fontaine, wide receiver out of Northern Iowa. I like this one.
Do you?
I do.
Wowzers.
Because there's nothing there. You got T.Y. Hilton. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna have a shot to get some playing time. So that's a good. I think that's a guy you can take in the 2nd round and be okay with it.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Where's he on your list? There's no way he's a 2nd rounder.
Dude, there's nobody else there. I am at 28, so just after the 2nd round.
Okay. Wow. Okay, cool.
Him or Jamon Moore?
Neither. There's a better Green Bay Packer wide receiver that I would take.
Every rookie draft is at least 3 rounds. You got to take one.
I'm not taking either one of those. I would take Equinemius over either both of them.
We're going to get to it.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Jalen Samuels, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep, Jalen Samuels, Pittsburgh Steelers, 28th pick in the round.
No, we skipped one. Jordan Lastly, wide receiver, Baltimore Ravens, because they need more wide receivers.
Yeah, Lastly, I don't have anything to say about Lastly.
Okay.
Jalen Samuels, Steelers running back. Who do you think?
I like him. He could pan out to be the RB2. But if Bell goes somewhere, they're not going to keep. It's not going to be Samuels or
Connor, right?
James Conner. I don't think either one of those are going to be like the guy to take over. They'll go out and they'll draft someone, or they'll sign a free agent.
Jordan Wilkins, running back, went to the Colts.
Another running back in the Colts.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah,
that's scary. Who else we got? Oh, Mike White, quarterback, Dallas Cowboys.
He's a practice squad guy.
Yeah, I got nothing. Marquez Valdez Scantling. Sorry, Marquez Valdez Scantling is another wide receiver that went to the Packers. I don't know anything about him.
Nope.
That is the second wide receiver that they drafted.
Not the Packers wide receiver that I care about.
Damian Ratley. We're in the 6th round now, Matt.
Don't care.
Went to the Browns. John Kelly.
Hey-o. This is a name we know.
Drafted by the Rams.
Talented dude.
And he's the backup to Todd Gurley.
If you're a Todd Gurley owner, you grab him.
If you're not a Todd Gurley owner, you grab him.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. John Kelly is a talented dude, and I think it's just a matter of time. He's gonna be somebody you want to own. It might not be 2018.
It might be 2028.
John Kelly's not a bad player, man. And he's in a good offense that can obviously run the ball. Todd Gurley's great, I get it, but he's going to be the handcuff, so why not? That's a guy I'd like to have on my roster.
Wow. Where are you drafting him?
A little high.
Second?
A little high.
Mid-second?
He's mid-second for me right now. He's 17 overall.
Wow, that is high.
It's really high.
Wow, that's really high.
Really high.
Holy cow.
Yep, I completely admit it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I liked him, and I thought I was going to be the one that was wrong here, but no, you're absolutely
in
wrong.
almost every draft that I'm in, John Kelly's probably going to be on my team.
Yeah, I was like, he's a 4th round guy.
Yeah. 3rd, yeah.
Yeah, and you're drafting mid-second.
Mm-hmm.
Wowzers.
Yeah, I like John Kelly quite a bit. I like that system a lot. I like running backs in that system. And quite frankly, I think if Todd Gurley can do it, I think a guy as talented as John Kelly can do it as well.
Okay. Wow.
Man.
Not what I expected.
I completely admit I am way.
I thought I was going to be the
average
higher guy on him, but no.
Dylan Cantrell went to the Chargers, wide receiver.
What pick are you on?
I'm on pick 17.
Why don't you go back to 6'11"?
Ray McLeod
or 6'11"?
Geez, this is these damn Apple mouses, mice, Mises.
Yeah. Deion Kane. I like Deion Kane.
Deion Kane went to the Indianapolis Colts
For the same
Clemson wide receiver.
that you mentioned earlier, that there's not a lot there, and he'll get a shot.
I completely agree. I think you could pick either one of them and be okay with it.
Yeah. Now you can go on to
Ray McLeod,
Ray.
Buffalo Bills.
Ray.
I don't know anything about McLeod.
Give me a sixer. No.
Dylan Cantrell, wide receiver of the Chargers. Anything?
He sounds like he's someone from Clemson. Dylan Cantrell. No.
Okay.
Russell Gage.
Falcons wide receiver.
Nope.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about him.
A lot of these guys that we're going through are probably going to either be A, cut, or B, practice squad guys, so they're really not going to matter.
Luke Falk, Tennessee Titans quarterback.
Washington State.
Yeah.
Oh, do you like it? Do you not like it?
No, I hate it.
Okay.
Boston Scott, running back in New Orleans now. That's a guy that's probably going to get cut.
Should have been drafted by the Patriots.
Tanner Lee.
Like Boston. Who cares?
Huskers.
You know what they drafted Tanner Lee for? I'll tell you why they drafted Tanner Lee. They drafted Tanner Lee
to
play practice squad quarterback, to throw pick sixes to the defense and make that defense feel like they're amazing. Tanner Lee is awful. Why did Tanner Lee get drafted?
It's the 6th round.
And he got drafted as a quarterback. He's terrible. Anybody watch Nebraska play? He's awful.
The next pick in the draft was Trenton Cannon, running back out of Virginia State.
I really like this guy. No, I just hate Tanner Lee.
And then here we go. I'm just going to give it over to you. It's ESB.
Equanimeous St. Brown. This
slid
is the wide receiver
all the way to the end of the 6th round. Got drafted by the Packers.
Yep.
He was the third wide receiver drafted by the Packers in that order. So let's hear it.
He's freaking huge. He's a red zone stud. He is gonna be. He's the wide receiver to own in Green Bay as far as rookies go. Easy. I'll plant my flag on that.
Wow.
You're high on John Kelly. I'm high on ESB. He went in the 4th round in the draft I'm in. I'm like, what? Are you guys stupid?
One thing that I'll give you is that you can take any of those Green Bay wide receivers at this point in the offseason, and you're okay.
Yep.
I will say, okay, I get it. The problem is you cannot have high hopes for any of them.
No.
I really don't think there's a chance, like not even a chance, that any of those 3 guys ends up as a wide receiver 3 this year.
You're right.
Okay.
Yep.
Then why would you draft a guy like that when we have
I like him better than the other 2 is what I said.
We have a plethora of wide receivers coming in. I just don't, every year, I don't know why anybody would spend any decent capital on ESB or any of the other guys.
If it's a 3-round draft and he goes undrafted, I'll pick him up.
Gross.
Yeah, I got open roster spots.
Cedric Wilson, wide receiver, went to the Cowboys.
Don't care.
Nah, but he's going to have a chance just because of their roster.
You know what I noticed? Dallas likes Boise State players. Like they've drafted, I think they've got 4 or 5 Boise State players, offense and defense.
It's the blue field, Matt.
It kills birds. It kills birds, and the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Kill them.
Let's see. Moving on. Braxton Berrios, wide receiver out of Miami, went to the New England Patriots. He was drawing comparisons to Julian Edelman.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Julian Edelman played quarterback.
Yeah, I feel like the Patriots always draft
a wide
receiver and it just never kind of works out.
Is he white?
I have no clue. Here, I'll click on him.
Oh.
Yep, he's white.
Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
There it is.
Kind of has the same haircut, too.
Yeah, so, they like white wide receivers.
Don't ask me why I know what Julian Edelman's haircut looks like. Jordan Thomas, tight end, went to the Houston Texans next.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, you can't say who cares, but you really love the other tight end. Like, there's 2 tight ends there now.
Yeah, it might work out. I think Jordan Thomas is more of a blocking guy, though. That's the thing.
Round 7.
We are on the final round, Matt. Round
Finally.
7. Let's talk about some guys that are not going to be on rosters.
Finally.
Danny Etling, QB out of LSU, got drafted by the New England Patriots.
Yeah, the only reason
So he'll be worth a first-round pick in about 2 years.
the only reason he's getting any love is because he drafted by the Patriots. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alex McGough, QB out of Florida International, went to the Seahawks.
You know who coached FIU?
No, I don't. I don't follow FIU football.
Really?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I don't follow it.
Oh.
Who?
The guy that used to coach the Raiders. He coached USC. I can see his face. His dad, Lane Kiffin, FIU.
How's he doing? I mean, is FIU doing all right?
He's a mid-major, and he had I think they were like 8-4.
Whoa.
Dude, he took over FIU.
Javon Wims went to the. He's the wide receiver out of Georgia. He went to the Chicago Bears.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no one cares. David Williams, another Broncos running back. Whatever.
Cool.
Marcel Aitman, wide receiver to the Raiders. Jason Sanders, kicker out of New Mexico.
There are other kickers that got drafted ahead of him.
I know, but I thought that one's
Here we go.
That's a sleeper.
Here we go.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Bo Scarborough.
Oh.
Alabama running back, went to the Dallas Cowboys, and he's already getting some love.
Bo Rooser.
He's getting some love just same way that John Kelly is. Guy behind a good running offense, behind a great running back.
But I'm not drafting Bo Scarborough in the second.
No, but people will.
No, they will not.
Elliott owners will.
I'm an Elliott owner. I'm not drafting Scarborough in the second.
You're not every Elliott owner.
No. I'm a lot of Elliott owners, though. I like Scarborough as a Cowboys fan. I don't like him as a fantasy guy.
Yeah, I don't see that really panning out too well,
No.
but that's just me. Nick Bowden, running back out of San Diego State, went to the Lions.
Yep.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah,
they drafted a couple of them.
Yep.
Richie James, wide receiver, went to 49ers. Never heard of him.
Yep. Middle Tennessee.
Logan Koch, punter, went to. I'm just kidding. Logan Woodside.
I think it's Cook.
Who cares? Logan Woodside, quarterback out of Toledo, went to the Bengals.
Toledo, the Rockets.
Ryan Izzo, tight end, went to the Patriots.
Yeah.
The next Gronk. No, I'm kidding. Justin Jackson, running back out of Northwestern, went to the LA Chargers.
Go Chargers.
And a guy a lot of people had more high hopes for was Auden Tate.
Yes.
Auden Tate got drafted by the Bengals.
Yes.
Thoughts? I don't know. I just don't see it. When you're a 7th round pick, I'm not going to put any kind of,
I like it.
Draft pick in you.
I like it a lot.
Really? Is a 7th round, like the end of the 7th round?
Okay, so obviously if it's if you have a 5-round draft, I like Auden Tate. Just a whole. I mean,
you'll cut him. You'll cut him in the preseason.
He's a guy that you watch. Like he's on. Like we talked about watch list. He will be on my watch list.
Austin Proehl, wide receiver, went to the Bills.
Yeah.
And the last pick, Trey Quinn, wide receiver out of SMU, went to the Washington Redskins.
All right, would you rather be Mr. Relevant or a free agent?
Mr. Relevant. You're drafted.
Because you get a car. Okay, would you rather be Mr. Almost Relevant Austin Proehl, or would you rather be...
I'd rather be Trey Quinn there. I'd rather be the most relevant person.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So if you have to pick, would you rather be 731 or free agent?
730. Well, okay. I see what you're saying. Free agent then.
Yeah, I'd rather be free agent too. Pick my team.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony Romo was an undrafted free agent. I don't know if you know that.
You want to know where Josh Allen is on my rankings?
I don't care. When is it 1 QB?
Yeah, 1 QB.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Is he 45?
I'll give you a hint. It's double digits. I'm just kidding. He is 42 for me.
42. Okay, so I was close.
Yeah, you were pretty close.
Yeah.
Easily my fifth quarterback.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and Baker Mayfield's not even going to play this year, and he's higher than him.
I have Baker Mayfield 15 in a 1 quarterback league.
You're nuts.
Is that bad?
That is bad.
I don't think that's that bad.
That's bad.
I think he's surrounded by weapons. I mean, can you tell me the last
play this year?
Can you tell me the last 101 quarterback that was surrounded by so many weapons on offense?
No, I can't tell you the last 101 quarterback.
I'd be guessing.
Probably 2 years ago.
Probably.
We can look.
I don't really care that much.
I don't either.
He's surrounded by weapons, and like I said, that's going to mix around a little bit. But would you rather have Baker Mayfield or Kerryon Johnson running back in Detroit?
And a 1 quarterback?
Yeah,
Johnson.
Yeah, probably. That's probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have him over James Washington. I think I'm going to change that.
Yeah, I mean that's a little.
James Washington should be ahead of him.
All right, here we go. Jared Goff was a number 1 that sucked. Mm-hmm. Winston did not have. Well, Winston had Evans.
And that's rookie Evans.
Yeah. No, they were in the same class.
I could have swore they were. Well, Evans went out the year before.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you're right.
Luck was 101.
Evans was 2014.
Luck did not come in with talent around him. Cam did not come in with talent around him. Sam Bradford to the Rams did not come out with talent around him. Stafford to the Lions, I think. He had talent. He had Calvin.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Russell, nope. Alex Smith for San Francisco.
Okay, so you proved my point. Thank you.
You're right, yeah.
Okay.
But he's not going to play. Not going to play.
Yeah, probably not.
He's not going to play the first 6 weeks. Unless the Browns start 0-6.
I don't know. I like Baker Mayfield a lot. That's what
I do too. I'm not hating on it, but
it depends on your situation.
yeah.
So, Matt, that does it. That's the show.
That's it. That felt like a really long show.
I don't care. That was fun. I had a great time. We are going to take a break.
Yes. Not a break from
Not
this
a commercial
episode.
break.
Yeah, no.
We're ending the show here for a little bit.
Yes, we are.
We're going to come back around training camp. And the reason why is because there's really nothing that happens between now and training camp that's like Dynasty relevant.
Or we're dads too.
Yeah, and this is kind of
have lives outside of this.
Well, it's just there's nothing we need to really talk about from here for the next couple of months.
If an emergency Dynasty situation happens, we'll throw a pod together.
Yeah, but it's really hard to envision a scenario where that's going to happen. But we are going to still be active on Twitter, for sure.
Absolutely. I will be.
At Dynasty Dads. Yeah, Matt will be.
All over that.
The website's not going anywhere. We're dynastydads.com.
Yep. Articles are still coming out.
Yep. So check out the archives. We have plenty of good interviews with people.
Yes, we do.
Those are all on iTunes. Those are all on the website as well. And we're going to be updating our rankings. We're going to be updating our stories online. And you guys all know where to find us.
Yeah. And the show, when we come back to the show, it's going to be different. Like, we've got some stuff planned.
Yeah. Matt probably won't be here.
It's going to look good. Oh. Breaking news. Fantasy kind of related. Robbie Anderson arrest warrant has been issued. Good way to end the show.
What a great way to end. It is the NFL offseason, which that means it's NFL arrest season.
Boom.
So we'll kind of see you when we see you. We'll give you a heads up on Twitter. You're going to want to follow us on Twitter at Dynasty Dads, and you're going to want to subscribe on iTunes so that when we do come back, you're going to hear it first.
Right there.
So take care, everybody. Have a great off season. Get your drafts in, and if you need any draft advice, be sure to hit us up on Twitter at Dynasty Dads, and Matt will go ahead and steer you in the wrong way.
That's right.
All right, take it easy.
God bless.
Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of the Dynasty Dads podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and follow us on Twitter at Dynasty Dads. Visit us at our website, dynastydads.com, for articles, news, and notes, Dynasty Dads gear, and more.